Refresh.
One watching. Oh, it's working.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, but holy crap. What is that? What is this? This looks very trippy.
Look now. Okay, so it's gonna be delayed.
Oh, it'll be delayed.
I'm like, you just came through. Hey, did you hear? That's gonna be weird.
Actually, I don't think you should be on this one. Because there is a delay.
Can you? Why don't you just hang out here while then why don't you just listen on this side?
Monica told me I need.
No, she can look at the spreadsheet.
Okay.
I'm just saying she doesn't need to look at the webinar.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is it gonna be delayed for everyone else?
It is going to be delayed for everyone else, but like,
Oh, it's gonna sound weird.
it's going to sound weird.
I'm gonna post the link now.
Okay.
This is the whole region. For me, my region.
The region.
Should I sit over there with you so I can see
Yeah,
what he's
yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, sit over here.
See.
No, but it's gonna be. Oh, yeah, it'll be sharing our screen, not our camera.
Oh, no, I don't want to be seen. They gonna see me?
No, I don't think so. We're just showing the spreadsheet, right?
Big head person in the back.
No one's going to think that. Please arrange pickup. Okay. Great. Lydia, she does need a ride. Can Tanya contact her? Okay.
Y'all gonna be talking to the whole zone?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just region, not chapter, right?
Yeah, we're live. Yes. All right. We just want to confirm that everyone's on the link, so and that you can hear us. So please post on the MAZ Prudential Center Transportation Committee if you can hear us fine. We're not waiting a couple minutes though.
I'm just going through the agenda with you, right? Are we on mute?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm gonna go through the control center stuff, and then you're gonna talk about what each district rep, drivers are what district rep is looking at, and chapter is. I understand what they're just looking at bus manifest.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
And the spreadsheet too. That we're gonna have some printouts.
okay, but not as a printout.
It's a printout. The direct is a print. Manifest is a
The
printout.
direct printout.
The direct printout and the bus manifest sheet.
Computer.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. I just sent the link by email as well. Yes. I just sent the link by email as well. So hopefully you all got it. So it's a YouTube link. Oh, Ram, you're in. Great. Okay, so you should be able to see our screen, which is going over the master sheet. So we'll get started in a few minutes. Yep. Thank you everyone for joining. We'll get started in a few minutes. We'll make sure everyone's on. So far we have Ram has confirmed that he's on. Anyone else on, please say so on the GroupMe. And I sent the link by email and on the GroupMe.
Should I text everyone?
Okay. Thank you. Ingrid's in. It's good. Sungchan's in. Wonderful. Penny and Joe, great, great. Anyone from Capital Region on? Or Chesapeake Bay? We'll get started in a few minutes. Thank you, everyone. Just make sure someone from Capital Region and someone from Chesapeake Bay Region are on. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. We'll get started in just a few minutes. Yes, and everyone should also have access to the Google Sheet. It's called 50K Reconfirmations MAZ Master Sheet. This is the sheet that you've been using to put drivers into the bus motor pool and the direct motor pool. So everyone should also have access to that Google Sheet already. If you don't have access to that sheet, please let us know on the GroupMe. So a quick check again, anyone from Chesapeake Bay or Capital Region on? Oh, Linda, great. Chesapeake Bay is on? Wonderful. So we're just waiting on Capital Region? Is anyone having any issues with the link? Can you guys see we're on the master sheet? Okay, so it looks like CBay is having issues. Anyone else having issues seeing my screen right now, which is the MAZ master sheet? Okay, everyone, we get started shortly. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you, everyone. So please make sure that you have the 50K reconfirmations MAZ master sheet up, as well as the bus manifest sheet that I shared with everyone yesterday. It's a Google sheet called Bus Manifest.
Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Have those on.
You can see the screen. Yeah. Okay, everyone, we'll get started in a second. I need to add MAZ Magic Guide to the bus manifest. So the other sheet's called 50K MAZ Bus Manifest. So please have both that sheet open and the 50K reconfirmations MAZ master sheet as well. Chesapeake Bay, is it resolved? Are you guys able to hear me and see our screen?
Linda said no.
Okay, can you try to refresh the link?
I'm gonna call her.
Okay. Hey, C-Bay, Momoko's gonna call you.
Yeah, what's going on? Yep, master sheet's good. We're just sharing our screen. So, just see master on the. So we can't hear you guys on YouTube live. You guys can hear us. Yeah. So the communication from you guys has or testing, but yeah, mainly if you guys have a question, just group me. No worries. Oh, perfect. No worries. Okay, great. I'm glad it works. Okay, bye.
Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone, ready to start? Momoko, get us started.
Great. Thank you guys so much for joining this webinar for tomorrow. As you may know and already have been planning, we do have control centers at every region level center tomorrow. So hope you guys are preparing for that. Just wanted to go over what the control center is going to encompass. So first, I'm going to go over bus motor pool. So first, it starts with drivers. So by now, every driver should know which participants they are picking up at what time and at what address. And with that information, they should be reporting back to the chapter. So the chapter can gather the information of what time they need to be picked up. So this is important that the chapters are doing this because that will go into the regions, the zone level spreadsheet that you guys are looking at right now. And this is what we are going to be monitoring tomorrow at the control center. So drivers are going to be first, they're going to be doing wake up calls for their participants to make sure they're awake and then go pick them up. And they're going to report to the chapter in charges when they pick them up and when they're dropped off at the bus pickup location. So the chapter in charges are gathering two things from the drivers: when they picked up the participants, and when they dropped them off. So the chapter in charges are then going to report that to the region in charges. And this is where you guys come in. If you look at the spreadsheet, you can see pickup time. So the pickup time ideally should be filled out right now, or by tomorrow morning. So you see column Z, which says picked up. You put in picked up, or yes, for picked up. And dropped off, yes. So Z and double A, these two columns are where you guys will be filling out tomorrow morning as the chapter in charges come to you and communicate to you. Okay, so that's bus motor pool. So direct motor pool, they won't be looking at anything on the laptop, but we're gonna be printing out this spreadsheet filtered by car. So as you can see on this column S, it says transport. So everyone who's taking a car, we're going to just filter it so we just have the list of people who's taking a car up to the Prudential Center. So we're gonna print that out for the direct motor pool, which is for the district reps. So the district reps will be looking at that list to give them wake-up calls.
Send them so then they can.
And actually, Alex and I are going to be doing that today. We're going to filter by region and send it to you guys so that you guys can have that printed out tomorrow morning. None of this is going to be confirmed until later today. So we will have that to you before the end of today.
Mhm.
So the district reps are going to be looking at that sheet and making the wake-up calls. And as they do that, they're going to be reporting to the chapter in charges. So what it's going to look like is, so there's bus motor pool, which is drivers, and then district reps, which are direct motor pool. Those two entities are going to be reporting to the chapter in charge. And chapter in charge report to region in charge. And the region in charge are the ones who are actually updating the spreadsheet. I hope that makes sense. So there's two parts, and basically chapter in charge is gathering those two, bus and direct, and then reporting to region. Region's the one who's actually updating the spreadsheet. So, and we're gonna do a Q&A afterwards. So if you guys have any questions about that, we can go back to it. Just a little bit about the actual control center. So as we mentioned earlier this week, we want everybody to start 2.5 hours before the first assembly time of your bus. So I don't know what time that is, but please make sure you communicate that to your district reps as well as your chapter in charges. I understand that some, there are maybe special circumstances where there's like remote chapters who might not necessarily need to be there 2.5 hours before. So if they want to chant at home, like Dome, and then come over, that's fine too. I'll leave it to you guys. You guys are in charge of the control center, so you guys will make that decision. But basically, we want everyone to start 2.5 hours before the first assembly time. Start with Gongyeon Daimoku. And region in charges, if you can make sure to give the direction that I just gave to the district reps and chapter in charges after Daimoku, just so everyone's on the same page. And then also maybe provide some encouragement. And then start setting up some tables so that they can sit down and work. And then by 1 hour before the assembly time, the first assembly, you guys should be ready to go. Like you guys should be, or even the first wake up call time, you guys should be ready to go. So please calculate that backwards and see how you can allocate, how much chanting or how much time you have to set up tables and things like that. So things to bring to the control center. Make sure, so chapter in charges and region in charges should have a laptop. So please, if you have an extra laptop, it might be a good idea to bring an extra. Of course, your phones and chargers. I also recommend notepads and pens. If you recall December youth meeting, we did a lot of paper and pen. Sometimes you just got to do that when it gets kind of crazy. So I do recommend having that. But that's basically what we want to communicate to the district reps and the chapter in charges. One thing I do want to make clear is that, me and Alex will be at the DC Center, but everyone else, you guys, the region in charges are in control of your own control center. So please, make sure you communicate. I have like an agenda, of like what you guys are doing at what time, and also communicate call times to all the chapter in charge and district reps today so that they know when to come tomorrow if you haven't done so already. Okay, so that's the end of my part. So now Alex is going to go over the actual spreadsheets.
Yeah, thank you. So we'll go over the overview of how the control centers tomorrow should work. But I just want to go over some very specific things about the spreadsheets. So right now, our screen is on the 50K reconfirmations MAZ master sheet. So we're going to be giving you all edit access to your particular region tab. So I just want to be very clear. This is the way that we're been gathering information within the region. So we have to be very, very careful with which cells and which columns we're updating, because this affects the entire zone. So for your purposes, the only two columns that you'll need to edit are Z and AA. So that's picked up and dropped off. So if you have any information, like you're trying to add in like a new person, or you want to add in someone else, like at that point, like we can't add in any new information. So we don't want to mess up the spreadsheet. We don't want to add any columns or create things that will throw off our numbers. So the only two columns that you'll need to worry about is picked up and dropped off. And so this is what you all, as the region in charges, will be editing on the day of, based on reports from your chapter in charges for both bus and direct motor pool. So I also just want to share this 50K MAZ bus manifest sheet. I shared it with everyone yesterday. So this manifest sheet, this is actually, it has all the bus numbers for our zone. And it's actually, you can't edit the sheet without messing it up. It's actually, everyone has view only access. And what this sheet is a reflection of the master sheet. So it pulls in information. So based on which bus number was entered for that person. So for right now, I'm on bus 519, which is a bus from Chantilly in Virginia region. And so what you'll see is that we'll have particular columns on this bus manifest sheet that is helpful for the chapter in charges to look at, because it lets them know like who, like on the bus manifest, who has been picked up and dropped off. So this is very important, because the chapter in charges will primarily be looking at this sheet, because they'll be able to tell for the bus that, for in general, the majority of their members, the particular members are coming from, they can see what their status is on that particular bus. So they can be able to report to the region in charge about this person has been picked up, this person has been dropped off. And also, keep in mind, we do know that there are some members from different, going on different buses, not particularly from the bus that the majority of the people in the chapter will be going from. So what they'll be doing is that, they just need to know, they just need to know from the region which bus number that their particular member is going from. But we know in many situations that region is actually handling the motor pool for that person. So I'll give an example. So there's someone from DC region. He's registered in DC region, but will be taking the bus out of Chesapeake Bay, and Chesapeake Bay has already arranged for the motor pool for that person. So it'll be appearing on Chesapeake Bay bus, and then the control center will be going through Chesapeake Bay completely. So in general, like this sheet is useful, and also the region charges also, you also have access to this sheet as well. You're able to see live updates on all the buses in your region. You're based on your input. So this will help you realize how's it look for your bus. And also we know that in general, someone from the bus support team may contact you if a particular person hasn't shown up yet, and you can let them know if they've been picked up or dropped off. So that will let you know, because that will let the bus chiefs know whether they need to make the executive decision to leave, or if they need to wait for that person for a little bit longer, whether they've been picked up or not. So that's why it's important that you have access to the sheet, because you can see if someone's been picked up and if they're on their way or if they're just late to the bus stop. So yes, so these are the two sheets that both the region and chapter in charges will be looking at. The region charges obviously be only looking at the master sheet. The chapter in charges can be looking at both the region and the chapter in charges will be looking at both the bus manifest and the the chapter in charges will be looking at the bus manifest, but the region charges will be looking at the bus manifest and the master sheets. I hope that's clear. And and so like in general, if you do have any questions, is there anything else you wanted to share? Okay, so we're good. We're good on the master sheets, on the sheets. Momoko has something else she wants to share.
Yeah. So I just want to point out, if it wasn't clear, that so every bus chief is going to receive your contact information. So they're going to be contacting you. So please be ready for that. Yes. And yeah. So in terms of spreadsheet, I think we're done. So now I want to go over what needs to happen today, which is one, communicate all the call times for district reps and chapter in charges on what time they need to come to the control center tomorrow. So make sure we do that by today. Also, print out the sheets that me and Alex are going to send out at the end of today for direct motor pool. So everyone who's taking a car. But most importantly, as you guys can see on the spreadsheet, vast majority does not have a pickup time. So if this pickup time is not filled out on this master sheet, so this is the master sheet here. So this column Y, if this is not filled out, there is no point in control center. So this has to be filled out today. And I know that chapter teams are gathering all of these loose ends details today. So if we can gather that and have them, whether it's like a spreadsheet that they have, look at their spreadsheet and fill out this column on here. That's what we urgently need. Because without that information, there is no point in the control center. So those are the three things that needs to happen today. Do you guys have any questions? If you do, please text it in the group me, because we can't hear you guys.
Do the chapter leaders have access to the bus manifest?
So we just got a question, if the chapter leaders have access to the bus manifest or if we need to print it for them. So all the chapter in charges have access to the bus manifest. So on the day of the control center, they will be looking at that.
And they need to bring their laptop.
Yes. So please bring your laptops and your phone chargers and your laptop chargers as well. And just please expect that to be able to track everyone for the majority of the day, because we also want to know for the direct motor pool if they've arrived at the venue. So please be prepared to bring lots of coffee and food, and be prepared to spend a great chunk of your day at the control center, because we really do want to make sure that everyone can get to the venue safely, not just to the buses, and back home as well. So yes, if you do have any questions, please post it on the Prudential Center Transportation Committee, Group Me.
So is everyone clear on what we went over?
Everyone prepared to completely run their control center tomorrow.
Joe Reed is typing something.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Joe Reed just asked a question about if you guys have 3 region in charges. So yes, they'll receive all of the region in charge contact information. So basically bus chiefs can call any of you 3 in your yeah. So what bus chiefs have is a bus manifest. So this spreadsheet here, printed out version of this. And then they also have your contact information. So those 2 are the things that they'll be looking at. For locations that have multiple buses, we're asking bus chiefs we're going to actually send them separate spreadsheets to those pod chiefs who will be downloading it onto their computer. And they're going to be searching the names as they check them in, because it's going to take too long to go through like 4 different bus manifests to find person. So we're working through that with them. But yeah, basically everyone has a bus manifest in some way or another.
Yep. So I just want to reemphasize that our major battle today, and please work with your region youth leaders who have edit access to the sheet, is to get the pickup time for the motor pool, whether that's bus or direct, but really especially bus. We need to know what time the driver is picking them up. So I really want to reemphasize that, because just like as Momika said, we don't have any point of the control center if this column is not filled up. So please, I know your region youth leaders are probably busy as well, but please bug them about this, because we need it to be filled out.
It's okay to bug them.
Yeah, it's their responsibility to fill this out, so please bug them. So if there's any other questions, please let us know.
Calling once. Calling twice. All right, we're all ready to go. Yay!
All right, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone so much. Let's definitely make sure that we have the highest life condition tomorrow morning, and absolutely lead our regions to victory. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Okay. Sorry, I have no idea what Ruby was signing. Did that make sense, Ingrid? Okay.